Alright, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be pattern testing my old Winchester 1300 pump gun. It's got a 22-inch barrel. Today we're going to be running some Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote through it. That's 1.5 ounces of BBs, and it's got the Versatite wad in it, which makes choking it a little more interesting. So we're going to give that a try and see what kind of results. We get some tight predator type patterns out of this. I bought all this stuff myself and I'm not sponsored, so let's get on with the testing. All right, first up, we're going to shoot a Winchester factory skeet choke. The Versatite wad recommends improved cylinder through modified. We're going to start off a little bit bigger than improved cylinder with the skeet, and we'll move up from there. All right, see what we got. All right, there you have the results of the Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote, the 1.5 ounces of BBs. We got 64 pellets on a 35-inch piece of paper. Covered a lot of the paper. Got 9 in a 10-inch circle, 26 in the 20, so 35 pellets in a 20-inch circle at 40 yards. Try the modified, see how that works. All right, next up we're going to try the factory modified choke for this gun. See what we got. All right, here we have the Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote, 1.5 ounces of BBs with a modified choke. Out of my Winchester 1300 with the 22-inch barrel. We're at 40 yards. This paper's 35 inches wide. We got 66 pellets on the whole paper. We've got 15 in a 10-inch ring, 22 in the 20-inch ring around that, so 37 in a 20-inch ring. It's not a bad looking pattern. I like a little tighter pattern. That's a good 40-yard pattern right there. I don't think I'd stretch it out past that much, but I don't know what that would look like at 50, but at 40, it's pretty decent. So that's modified choke with the heavy mag Coyote. Let's try something else. All right, next up, we're going to try this Avian X crusher choke. It's a heavy modified. It's got some pretty complicated internal geometry that should make it pretty incompatible with this ammunition with that Versatite wad. But we're going to try it anyway. See what we got. All right, and there's the Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote with the Avian X heavy modified crusher. Those flight control wads a lot of times don't like complicated chokes that have steps and rifling and things like that, and that Avian X has all that. So 57 pellets on the paper, and 8 in the 10-inch ring, 21 in the 20-inch ring, so 29 total there. So we'll just try something else. All right, next we're going to try a little tighter constriction. This is a full choke. It's a Briley extended choke, no porting, nothing fancy. All right, let's see what we got. All right, well, there's the results of the Briley full choke with the Hornady Heavy Mag Coyote. 65 pellets on the 35-inch piece of paper. You got 17 in the 10-inch circle, 23 in the 20-inch ring around that. So you got 40 pellets in a 20-inch circle, which is about as good as I've seen that load do. But I don't have any other chokes that aren't ported or have other things that are going to mess with that wad, but I do have one more. We'll give it a try, and then we'll conclude the test. All right, last up, we're going to try this True Lock Predator choke. It measures 670. It'd be way too tight for this flight control style wad, but we'll give it a try. See what we got. All right, there you have it. The Hornady Heavy Magnum Coyote through a True-Lock Predator 670 choke. Neither one were designed to work with each other, so you can't fault either one of them for this. Um, you can see how inconsistent. You got huge holes, um, kind of clumpy, kind of typical of too much choke, which, we've watched other guys do this and they get the same results. I just had to try it for myself. 61 pellets on the paper. So with the Hornady Heavy Magnum, it has its place. Um, if you've got a 12 gauge with a modified choke, you can kill coyotes to 40 yards. Just about any gun will pattern this stuff. Um, the problem that guys like me run into is you can't really tailor it for yourself. You can't make it tighter. If you try to make it tighter, it starts getting inconsistent, and it's just the design of the wad. It's made to control the pattern, not let the choke do the work. So um, that is what it is. But that'll take care of that. I appreciate everybody for watching.